Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up? Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 10K subs. I could have gone live last night. However, it was like cutting too close to like the time I had to wake up. So I was like, I didn't want to rush through all the topics. So I just set up everything first. And then I was like, we can go in the morning. Anyways, welcome back, man. Let's get into it, bro. The Emmys were hosted last night. If you know me, you know I know nothing about the Emmys. I know nothing about like mainstream media on that level. But I did see a couple cool things that I wanted to shout out. So with that being said, here we go. I don't know if the Bear won anything. I know I'm like an IO stan at this point. Severance star and JSU alum Tremel Tillum just became the first Black actor to win an Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series. Congratulations, Tremel, for making history. The Standard, Kevin Winter, Getty Images, Jackson State, the Emmys. Congratulations to Tremel, man. Congratulations to this young man, everything like that. Sad commentary for the Emmys. Let me see. Oh, that's just an advertisement. But yeah, congratulations to Tremel for making history and putting on for HBCUs, man. Shouts out to Jackson State. Shouts out to Mississippi. You know, for sure. Then another thing, an actress. She said, Hannah Inbender, she said free Palestine during her Emmy speech. She said, it's my obligation as a Jewish person to distinguish Jews from the state of Israel because of our religion and our culture is such an important and long-standing institution that is really separate to this sort of ethno-nationalist state. Yikes. Dang, she said it right there. She said it has nothing to do with us, bro. It's like in the Bible. It's like the Jews in the Bible is not the same as the Israel state right now that's trying to take over Gaza and Palestine, bro. So salute to her for speaking up as a Jewish person and things of that nature. Especially on a platform like that, that's definitely like you gotta have some courage to do that. Did Io get anything? Did she win anything? She missed the awards. Also, she didn't show up. Despite being up for 2 awards, Io Debris didn't make an appearance. Why did she skip the Emmys? He wins again. Emmys darling. Io Debris skips out a traditional red carpet moment. Dog. This is a lot of pressure, bro. They got mad stories on her not even showing up, bro. That's crazy. Who won? Goodness gracious, this thing zoomed all the way out. Who won, man? Let me see who won. Along with her nomination for on-screen performance, Adebri was also nominated for her directing of season 3 flashback episode titled Napkins. She reacted to the recognition during the interview during Vanity Fair last month, joking that she hasn't had to give an acceptance speech recently. I haven't really won anything in a while, so now I think I just kind of drink at the shows. She teased, just kind of chill, to be honest. I hope that this doesn't sound cheesy or disgusting, but it really has been making me appreciate being nominated and in presence of people who are beyond talented. I love TV. I watch TV, so having my name even in this conversation at all, it's really still nuts and something I'm really grateful for. Debris won Outstanding Supporting Actress in 2023 and was nominated for Outstanding Lead Actress in 2024, the same year that the year broke records with 23 nominations as a comedy series. NBC's 30 Rock previously held the title of 22 nominations in 2009. I believe that's the same year that Childish Gambino won his first Emmy. Who won, though? Oh, snap. The Quinta win? Let me see. Quinta Brunson. Did Quinta win anything? She got on bait. Bait. She got on bait. Bad on. She was just nominated. She didn't win nothing. Dang, bro. She dons Louis Vuitton gone. A very dramatic cutout at the 2025 Emmys. She gives them days off after the Emmys. Common Domingo more snubs. Dang, ain't no one black won. Who black won? Oh, I guess just my boy from Jackson State. He the only one that won. Come on, the root. Let's load up. Chanel got a nice shout out to Chanel. More snubs. Let me see. Do they have it in bold? What they said? Uzu Aduba, Quinta Brunson, and Io Adebari. Brunson also lost Outstanding Writing. Adebari went home empty for a second time an Outstanding Director of a comedy series. Hold on, let me pause. Another trio of black women were also picked over the winner of Outstanding Supporting Actress. These women included Abbott Elementary's Cheryl Lee Ralph and Janelle James, and Shrinking star Jessica Williams. Some still didn't win. While they made up for most of the demographic for people who lost, there were also who didn't receive coveted gold statues like Sterling K. Brown, Coleman Domingo, Brian Tyree Henry, Dang, and Ashley Waters. Goodness gracious. Another unfortunate series of events. Mega music stars like Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar also walked away with no wins. Beyonce Bowl and 2025 halftime show, respectively. It should be noted that both did win untelevised categories earlier this week. Well, better luck next year, folks. We're still going to be rooting for everybody black regardless. Who won? She got on bait. No, come on. More of our rappers with elite face cards, including Hello Cool J and Kendrick Lamar. Who won? Black stars who slayed at the carpet. All right, bro. We're going to go to the next thing. I still know nothing about the Emmys, and after reading up, I have even less clue about the Emmys this year. So there's that. He's the only one that won. Shouts out to Brody. You represented, bro. All right, next. Oh, no. There was a witness. We got a witness.
Standing in probably the third. Okay. I was standing from probably the third row in the bottom. I saw hit. I heard the shot ring out. I looked to my left, and then I looked over to my right. I saw him slump over in his chair forward. He slumped over. He had blood coming from the left side of his neck down his shirt, and he slumped over and he was carried off. Get off me! Get off me!
Emotions are running high right now. Hang on.
Standing in probably.
That's. Who are these people stopped him from speaking? It's beyond strange. They look to be his coworkers or co-volunteers. Oh, he might not have been able to have said it because he was working with them and stuff like that. Doesn't sound like a front to the back of the neck. From the roof, they stopped him from talking, didn't they? Well, the video was showing he fell backward and to the side. This eyewitness is saying he slumped forward. They knew he's describing a different scenario from the. Okay, all right. I feel like conspiracies, bro, is insane, bro. Nothing unusual to see. Stop noticing things. Keep it moving, period. Intelligent operations. They have their agents stationed at the long cons of. All right. We're just going to leave it at that. I thought I don't know. I'm thinking maybe since he's like an official person that works for the organization, he can't speak on behalf of the organization. He's got their stuff on. That's why they stopped him from speaking. That's what I think it is. But everything's a conspiracy on the internet. Dangers of potential.
I see the real in people. You know what I mean? I see.
No, you don't. You see the potential in people.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: potential is untapped, and that has some motherfuckers can have potential forever and never tap into it, and it ain't got nothing to do with you and your ability to show it to them, try to help them see it. They still may never get there. So you cannot give yourself based on someone's potential, bro. Like, and the faster you get that, that's the empath in you, and it sucks. I don't want you to attach creating a boundary for yourself. Boundaries are not for people to violate you. It's for you to violate you. This balcony, this right here is not here for somebody to run into us. This is here for us not to fall the fuck off. A boundary, we be thinking a boundary is for our protection from the outside in, and it's not. It's for protection from you giving too much of.
If I go to the grocery store and I get eggs. But look, if I get eggs at the grocery store, then it ain't we think that eggs are for scrambled eggs. No, eggs are also to make cake with the batter. Eggs are also to Andre G. All rap is political. This is from Morphine, his Substack. The quote-unquote socially conscious construct is a byproduct of the white gaze. Shouts out to Lareezy, because he starts off Louisiana the tape with this. He says, "We all from the hood. We all from the hood. We all have a conscious soul to you, and so do I. We all from the hood. We all from the hood. They put me inside the." Shouts out to Lareezy, bro. Nina Simone famously declared that artists should quote-unquote reflect the time. So many people perceive that quote as a famous statement solely about creative work with pro-black or anti-establishment themes. But she gave more context within that interview. Quote-unquote, "We don't know anything about ourselves. We don't even have the pride or dignity of African people. We can't even talk about where we came from. We don't know. It's like a lost race. And my songs are deliberately to provoke this feeling of, quote unquote, who I am and where did I come from? Do I really like me, and why do I care? And if I'm black and beautiful, I really am, and I know it. I don't care what anyone who cares or says what." That's what my songs are about, and it is just to black people. Reflecting the times isn't just about railing the establishment or forming our beauty in spite of it. Black people are a politicized group. All of our expression is political. As long as white supremacist capitalist patriarchy at bell hooks reigns, so much of our experience and our expression is shaped by how we engage with it. Black artists, especially hip-hop artists, inherently contribute to the quote-unquote lost race dialogue through our curiosity, self-hate, despair, and defiance. Simone concluded, quote-unquote, "How can you be an artist and not reflect the times? Whether an artist is saying we gonna be all right or Perky's calling, they're reflecting our moment. No Name recently criticized the political silence of nameless quote-unquote top-selling rappers whose quote-unquote whole discographies are about the black plight in a sense-deleted tweet. Many Twitter users challenged her, co-opting her observation as the basis to shield Cole and Kendrick from criticism. They surmised that their work so expertly reflects the quote-unquote black plight that they're above criticism for their lack of social agency or tone-deaf songs like Snow on a Bluff. But if Good Kid, Mad City is revered for his commentary on gang violence, how can Lil Baby's discography, which presents a first-hand perspective of the same social decay, not also be an expression of black plight? Cole's 1985 was lauded by his fans as an insightful portrait on the tolls of drugs that are taken on American youth. His features entire that discography, also a commentary on America's drug epidemic from the insider's perspective. It's time to dismantle the construct of quote-unquote socially conscious rap, which has been shaped by the white establishment. The white gaze shouldn't frame our perception of black music's political value, quote unquote. But black people have conditioned to pursue proximity to whiteness, subscribe to their terms, policing black artists with Eurocentric lens on a daily basis. Once again, one is likely to mention the museum's exhibits, college lullaby, and rancor of public officials when validating an art or work's political merit. But the prison industrial complex is one of the biggest travails of our time. Is it not a political statement that so many incarcerated people identify with Locks and Mosey, with the Locks or Mosey as artists who tell their story? Isn't a title controlling Drake record not a commentary on the Shishnetsmen's perpetually jumbled gender politics? The bevy of women who feel embodied by Young and May or Meg Thee Stallion challenging gender roles don't seem to garner those artists near the respect of Kendrick Lamar's musical militants, perhaps because patriarchy doesn't respect women enough to recognize their power. While Future and Lil Baby's expressions have a slim shot at garnering a Pulitzer, Kendrick and J. Cole have received numerous accoutrements of the establishment for their social awareness. The disparity demonstrates the palatability. The palatability is a major factor that separates what's labeled as "quote unquote" socially conscious from what's palpably devalued. Socially conscious artists present a voyeuristic lens from the societal ills for the ivory tower intellectuals who deserve. Excuse me, my bad. Who deserve where we at for the societal ills for ivory tower intellectuals who desire distant zoological sample of the experience, but giving esteemed podiums to artists who are still in the trenches of woe is an immediate reflection of the failure, or more aptly, the efficiency of white supremacy. Hip-hop's political unity has been framed by its engagement with white institutions since the inceptions. NWA became known for the world's most dangerous group once the FBI sent them a letter in response to their iconic F the Police song, i.e. Ice Cube has noted that while they're deemed godfathers of gangster rap and credited their political power of F the Police, that wasn't their brand, and they initially called themselves reality rappers, and it just so happened to be their reality in the social epidemic. Ice-T and Body Count band's Cop Killer, quote unquote, song garnered headlines in 1992. He insisted that the record was a commentary on police brutality, but mainstream media framed it as pro-cop unaliver. Politicians, including then Vice President Dan Quayle, stumped until the record was pulled from the shelves by Time Warner, the parent label of Ice-T's Warner Brothers Records. But there is no national referendum over 1988's Colors, a sonic snapshot of gang life. There's no press conference or filibuster to ponder what he meant by, quote unquote, you want to get rid of the gangs. It's going to take a lot of work, and why he thought, quote unquote, peace is a dream, reality is a knife. Later that year, defense attorney Alan Tanner scapegoated Tupac's, quote unquote, soldier story by defending Ronald Ray Howard for unaliving Texas Highway Patrol officer Bill Davidson. Tanner's offense in the seemingly open and shut case was that the song made Howard commit the having previously said that I was kind of fascinated by his music that he was listening to. Quell spoke out against Soldier's story, quote unquote, decreeing that, quote unquote, there is absolutely no reason for a record like this to be published by a responsible corporation. But he didn't consider how the Corporation of America was responsible for other bars on, quote unquote, Soldier Story. Quote unquote, crack done took a part of my family tree. That admission would meander into the government's complicity in engineering the so-called war on drugs. The establishment's dubiously selective lens makes them untrustworthy arbiters of what black art has, quote unquote, political merit. As black people's treatment by the Democratic Party demonstrates our usefulness to the American establishment, often hinges on how easily we can be exploited. The same is true in our expression. They saw fit to weaponize NWA, Ice-T, and Tupac statements for their own agendas, but never engaged in the full scope of the records. They said it was wrong to make Cop Killer unaliver, but it isn't wrong for unaliver cops to push black people to the edge. Hold on. The same self-indicting hypocrisy became true years later. In 2018, Kendrick's Dang won a Pulitzer Prize for music. The committee had lauded the project for its quote-unquote vernacular authenticity and rhythmic dynamism that offers affecting vinaigrettes capturing the complexity of modern African-American life. But Dang wasn't the first rap album to meet that criteria. Their explanation exposes the committee's inexperience with hip-hop. It's plausible that they, like the award show committees and other entities of the establishment, regarded hip-hop as an inferior art form for years before Kendrick Lamar became a mainstream darling. It's danging that the first time the Pulitzers recognized hip-hop was a YouTube featured project that was impossible to ignore as the highest selling album of 2017. The ignorance makes sense, though. How could a society that mocks and criminalizes people addicted to drugs respect the social commentary of a song like Juice WRLD and features astronauts? Cardi B's raps are often deemed demeaned by men too underdeveloped to respect the legitimacy of her sexual freedom. The reductive confines conscious rap reflects the willful ignorance of a system that is uprooted by the moment. It's up to artists, journalists, and fans alike to reclaim the political power of all rap. Execution and emotional resonance are the everlasting factors of great art. Kendrick's All Right is rightfully a powerful go-to song in protest, but in New York, protesters have belted Pop Smoke's Dior as a rail against the NYPD, who didn't let the late rapper perform a single show in his home city before he was unalived in February. They recite Hood and Word, not just in solidarity with Bobby Shmurda and GS9, but because it's a feel-good song, a Black Joy revolutionary in itself. When they belt Finito, it's because of the intensity that Chief Keef fed the song taps into the fury that impressed people know too well. The political value of these songs reverberate deeper than the lyrics. They're disparate glimpses of existence in a country predicated on Black unaliving. Denying the value of their expression is too close to denying their expression. And here's a video of them playing Finito. Hold on. Oh, dang it. Well, I think that just allowed me to lose. How do I get back to Substack, bro? Can I get the Substack? Okay, I could do it like that. All right, hold on. I just pulled it up on another tab. I'm scrolling now. Okay. The white establishment will never understand the totality of Blackness, so they'll never understand the full scope of our expression. They've only engaged the bits that, quote unquote, fascinate them. What about the parts that scare them, that baffle them, that make them reflective of whiteness? They've used their power to gatekeep an environment where the extent of Black people's worthwhile contribution to art history is their deafness at defining white supremacy's pain. They stood idle while the pain was inflicted, then rewarded the most obnoxious howls. But Black art is so more vital than our deaths. The artists rewarded by the quote-unquote socially conscious myths don't deserve to be on a pedestal. As Cole and Kendrick have demonstrated, artists have lauded as quote-unquote socially conscious aren't necessarily conscious of the social conditions of people that they ponder to. With every artist respected equally for their projection of Blackness, there would be no more elitist pedestals, no more protective stand culture, no conflation of musical content with social agency or intelligence. I remember someone said, it was like a Tyler fan page or something like that, and they said, what's the worst part of hip-hop? Like, what's the worst part? And they said drill rap fans, and they was like, they put in caps and then, you know, the kind of sarcasm font with uppercase and lowercase letters like Free Dirt and King Von, bro. And I was like, this is anti-Black. I know the person that had this in Black. And it's very important to keep those people out of hip-hop and check them when they say stuff like that. It's like Lareezy said, we all from the hood, man. Shout out Lareezy once again. Hold on. There's some Cardi B thing I want to pull up. I haven't watched this, but I just keep seeing the clip.
Y'all go get my album, please.
Oh, don't get her album.
What you mean don't get my album, girl? Then you ain't gonna be able to buy shit. We gonna live in the hood. Y'all gonna get my.
That's funny. Shouts out the kids, bro. All right, next.
No, I have a sneaky suspicion that
I ain't gonna lie. I really stopped to look at this video because I thought she looked like Paris Jackson. Statistics can't be racist. Blacks are 13%. Y'all gotta stop saying blacks, bro. I know you're not gonna do it because that's y'all way of saying like the hard R. But blacks is crazy, bro. Blacks are 13% of the population, but commit 59% of child, 53% of armed, 51% of car hijacking, and 56% of unalivings.
No, I have a sneaky suspicion that it might actually be you who doesn't understand. If you were to look at the actual numbers given to us by the United States Sentencing Commission, rather than just pulling arrest rate statistics, you'd find your numbers don't exist. You said 59% of all censoring the word come from black people.
Censoring the word.
For the actual number to be 16%. Majority come from white men. Do you think it's fair to group them all as a monolith and say all white men are bad because of this? I don't think you would, Olivia, with Catholic in your bio. You think God is a man. Come on. Can you think of any reason why the arrest rates might be higher for black people? I don't think you're bright enough to come up with the answer, so I'll just tell you.
Ain't no way. Bro, hold on. I gotta sit in the... Bro, ain't no way. I'm live on stream and I'm saying ain't no way, bro. I saw the way it was going, and I just cannot believe it's going this way. Ain't no way, bro. Man, let me tell y'all something, man. One of my best friends from college, bro. Like, probably my best friend in college for the last few years. Like, we would, go to church together, everything like that, ride to church, have Bible study every night and stuff in the dorms, and, they started a on campus, ministry group, everything like that. Very strong in their faith, like just admirable people. And then they like lied or whatever. What's up, Big Nate? They lied or whatever, and we like fell out after that. But they said they have this whole multi-graph thing. It is like my husband held a beautiful visual for Charlie Kirk last night. If church was a sports team, then he'd be one of the star players. I'm like, what the heck? What the heck, boy? Man, let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all be so dang. Boy, y'all be so dang. Man, look, man. All right. Let's watch this.
Neighborhoods. It has to do with racial biases that our police and our justice system have. It has to do with the poverty that thrives in these black areas on purpose. And even though a black man is 8 times more likely to be convicted of a crime that he didn't commit compared to a white person, their numbers are still lower. Were you aware that slavery still exists in this country? It's just a loophole now. You have to get arrested and then you get entered in that system. So that makes sense why this population that doesn't take up that much space is taking up so much space in this area, right? Does that make sense to you, or are you just going to ignore it? Switch the word black for white and suddenly you're just like, do better. Don't be stupid. Stop being racist.
She looks like someone else too, Paris Jackson. I couldn't think of the other person she looked like. She looked like somebody else. And then someone said, remember this chick got canceled, now she's trying to come back by grifting for black people. Who even is she? In this video, is she wrong? I can't speak on past videos, but I do appreciate doing their homework and spreading some things. Shoulder numbers, is grifting raw. Nah, facts. Who even is she? Who is she? Only Jayus. She been ran off TikTok many times because she is racist and weird, but she always comes back. Now I'm caught up. She's a liberal. Oh wow. Who's Only Jayus? The name scares me. The name scares me. I'm about to look her up. This is Only Jayus. She's 26. She ain't no dang 6'2". She has over 1 million followers. Who is this? She has 5. Goodness gracious. She has 5 million YouTube subscribers. Who is this? What did she do? Psychology, Facts girl, suitable science psychology. She's not immune to online drama. It said read more here. I'm not reading more here, bro. She got exposed again. What is she doing? Oh, due to plagiarism, slurs, and a string of controversies. That's like Buddy, Cypher J. Like he was starting to get attention, and then they found out that his scripts were like from ChatGPT. He'd be like, and a black woman.
Person that isn't able to admit that oppression doesn't exist anymore, because there are in fact black billionaires, black CEOs, black engineers, black STEM members, etc. And the only reason you're holding yourself back is because you want to be a victim, not because you actually are one.
A lot to unpack here. Let's start with a study done in 2003 where they put equal amounts of applications with white sounding names and black sounding names. For that study, white sounding names were 50% more likely to be contacted for job interviews. And maybe you're saying that was 20 years ago. A lot has changed in those years. Well, they repeated this study in 2023. A study done by Martin Abel and Rulof Berger, and here's a picture of what they look like in case anybody wants to say, well, what did they look like? They found it was a common belief that people with names that were perceived to be black would possess lower levels of education, productivity, and non-cognitive skills. They found that workers that were perceived to be white were 30% more likely to be hired than black workers, not just called back, but hired. And when they were put under the pressure of time, meaning they had to make that choice quickly, these results were only amplified. Now, this is an interesting part here. They found that white people that don't agree with affirmative action were more likely to discriminate against distinctly black names. And here's a surprise to no one to where they found the highest tendency to discriminate against black names. It was highest among men, people over 55, whites, and conservatives. And about 82% of businesses in the US are white owned. But let's look at a little history. In 1983, the average wealth gap between black and white families between the ages of 32 to 40 was $180,000. Now, if we look at those same people, they would be between the ages of 71 and 79. And the wealth disparity between those groups now is over $1.4 million. These numbers are directly correlated to systemic inequalities and racism that have impacted the foundation of wealth for black families in the US. Wealth is something that is built over time and was created generations ago, and black families were robbed of that through redlining and the GI Bill, which I can go over if that was lost on some people as well.
Yeah, man. The thing, like my mom, she made my first name. My first name's not Rashad, but she made my first name, so I have a better chance of getting jobs. She tells me that all the time, bro. And these statistics prove it. But like what I noticed too, there was also, like I was saying, it was the wealth gap between, you know, the age group of 71 and 79, which is a lot of that wealth that comes later on in life is based off of the investments and education that you have early on in life, stuff like Roth IRAs and you know, CDs and stocks and bonds, things that grow over time, you know, investments, 401ks on a kind of smaller level and stuff like that. And he's right. A lot of black people just don't know about that stuff. So that's why it's like financial education and financial literacy is so important. But like, I feel like we're our own worst enemies with that, because Angel Reese and Magic Johnson implemented that in a school in Baltimore, Angel Reese's alma mater, and then everybody like was up in arms about it. Like, there is no financial literacy without finances. And I'm like, bro, if you had $10, you can be financially literate and know how to manage those $10 better than a person with no financial education with $10. Person with no financial education with only $10 to their name is going to McDonald's and they're getting a dang combo meal, bro. That's $10 after tax. And the $10 is gone. As opposed to another person, maybe with financial literacy, okay, I'm going to put this $2 into this stock, into this thing that could grow into $2,000 in 5 years, in 3 years. And then with $5, I might eat something. No, $6 because of tax. Eat something real quick and then starve, have sleep for dinner. And then, okay, so how much is that now? You got $2 more. And then the $2 other, shoot, you can use that for whatever you need to kind of use the $2 other extra dollars for. You know, it's just stuff like that, bro, that financial literacy can teach you. that's so important. And that's what he's saying, that the systemic ways and everything like that and traditions that this country is built off of, there's such a large gap. You can even look in the world of streaming, bro. Like they interviewed Stable Ronaldo was interviewed on a podcast, and they asked him who makes the most money between Aiden Ross, Trainwrecks, and XQC as the richest streamer. Kai Cenat isn't even in the discussion of richest streamer. IShowSpeed isn't even the discussion of richest streamer. Those are the two biggest streamers in the world. But XQC has all of this Bitcoin and things of that sort. And Aiden Ross, you know, he has his hands in so many businesses in terms of like owning a part of Stake, owning a part of Kick, and Trainwrecks. I don't know what Trainwrecks owns, but he has his hands in so many businesses. Ron said that Trainwrecks is probably the richest one, and it's not even close. That's what he said. We aren't even in these discussions, and we're the face of streaming. That's crazy. That's crazy. But like the gaps that we see, you know, like when we celebrated LeBron becoming a billionaire, and it's like LeBron is so far from like some of the world's richest people. It's crazy, but like the stuff that we look at is like the top of like what we can be, and the difference between that and like the actual top for real. It's crazy. That was it. That was my little rant. Even though Africa houses some of the richest people in the world, so shouts out to Africa. Officer Tommy has been arrested for DV. Tommy Norman, the North Little Rock officer who turned viral into a viral brand, has racked up over 1 million Instagram followers, has been arrested on DV charges. The department confirmed Sunday that Norman was booked on one count of DV, D battery, and the third degree after officers responded to a late night call on Saturday. According to the report, cops spoke with Norman's wife, who appeared visibly upset, and told officers that he struck her on the chest with the back of his hand during an argument. What? That he did this? He did this? She called the cops because he did this? Who appeared visibly upset and told officers he struck her on the chest with the back of his hand during an argument. So he went like this. He went like this? All right, anyways. Officers saw what appeared to be a slight injury. Norma reportedly claimed that he was only blocking her hand after she slapped him. Jail records showed Norman, who's a 27-year-old veteran of the force, is currently being held without bond. The department says that he's been placed on administrative leave depending on the outcome of both the criminal case and internal review. Norman is no ordinary cop. He became a nationally recognized figure for his grassroots community outreach, traveling through neighborhoods to connect through residents and share the moments online. His viral clips have earned him praise across the country and even the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award by Joe Biden in 2021. We've reached Norman for comment. So far, no word back. But Norman's team did reach out, did say something on Facebook. That's why I even saw this story. And so this is what they said. This is the admin. I live in Texas and have been here since 2016. As a woman, I'm asking you to please give Tommy's beautiful children space. Children should always be off limits, point blank. At this time, I did not know what occurred. What I do know is that Tommy will not be able to speak until all the facts are reviewed, both internally and externally, and until all investigations are concluded. I understand emotions are running high, so it's frustrating not to have all the answers right away, especially with the topics at hand. But the process does not allow transparency until it is complete. I ask that everyone wait until the facts come out before making judgments. In the meantime, please keep all of Tommy's family members in our prayers. In Arkansas, when a claim that involves DV occurs, there is no magistrate that can issue a bond. Only a judge can bond when such claims have arisen. I hope that helps some folks understand the process. I'm going to head to bed for the night. Once again, I want to be clear that I don't know the details of what occurred or what's currently happening. Based on the system, it looks like Tommy should see a judge tomorrow, then be released on bond. Please note that internal affairs within the police department have already began their investigation. Their process is separate from the DA's office. IA's role is to determine that there were any policy violations. If they see any evidence of a criminal offense, they will refer the matter to the DA. Unlike other settings, officers are required to cooperate with the IA and cannot withhold information. During that process, Tommy will have a lawyer provided through his union or association. For the criminal side of these investigations, he will most likely need to retain or have his own defense attorney. In both cases, his legal counsel will most likely advise him not to make any public statements right now. With that said, this post may or may not stay up. I just ask that you please keep everyone involved, including Tommy and his family, in your prayers as things continue to unfold during this difficult time. The admin from Texas. So there that is. Okay. I wonder how they got like approval to post that though. Like, did they get it from? Wow. I'm like, give me this bag so I can leave the USA. I will leave this country. Yeah, it's like, but that's what I'm like, because how they described it is like a back of the hand strike to the chest. What is that? If it's not a punch, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is a punch. I feel like, okay, a punch, dang, you came me in, everything like that, and that. But a push with the back of the hand to the chest, I feel like that's like, I don't know. I'm not condemning violence at all against women. I'm not. That particular story just doesn't sound like enough for all of this ruckus, in my opinion. But yeah. What's up, Flip? Okay, Gabby Williams, man. Gabby Williams, she opened up about Chicago on a podcast. I've seen this clip a gazillion times on the timeline, so I decided to react to it. With this, of course, you know, I believe this looks like the Sue Bird podcast. Okay, Ivy, yeah, this is Sue Bird's podcast. I don't want no smoke, Sue Bird. That podcast does come on YouTube, so I will be changing the speed and I will be scrolling down. This is how Gabby Williams looks in the interview, if you were wondering. But I will be scrolling down now.
So they basically told me, like, don't come to training camp. Like, don't come. We had thought that we had come to an agreement that I wasn't going to come, and if I was going to come, like, they would trade me, or worst case, I would just finish the season with them after the Olympics. Worst case, because they were able to keep me for very cheap because it was my option year. So from a business standpoint, like, yeah, they did their thing. They did their Dougie with that one. Like, they kept a player for a year longer, like with a $60,000 contract. Mm-hmm. But they told me to, like, not come to Chicago. And then I remember I landed my first day. I land in Reno after flying with my cat from Hungary. And I get a call at like 6 a.m. from Lindsay, like, get on a plane, go to Chicago. Yeah. Get on a plane, go to Chicago right now because they're going to suspend you for not being at training camp. And I was like, what? Like, they just told me not to go. And then I call the Dobo at the time. I call Ann, and I was like, Ann, like, I need a flight to come to Chicago. And she was like, what? James said you're not coming till after the Olympics. Like, James said that you weren't. And then I go on Twitter and I see, like, I've been suspended for not going to training camp because the prioritization rule said that if you missed like the first 5 days, they could suspend you, no questions.
And so all you had to do in order to come back after the Olympics was just report.
Yeah.
So you could have reported, you would have been in the rules, they couldn't suspend you, and they would have to honor your contract. But instead, the Dougie happens.
Yeah.
Dang. Nah, Chicago flawed, bruh. Chicago is flawed, bruh. I'm not gonna lie. That's dirty. Shut down Chicago and send them to Houston. They need a team. Oh, and Angel has opened the floodgates. They've been treating these players like ish and expecting them to just shut up and dribble like they're begging for jobs. No wonder Rachel and company are just happy to be there because of employment, not being homeless, like she said. This is so disgusting. The whole franchise needs to be cleaned out at the executive management level. They've been horribly managed for years, but this on top of it, along with Angel's remarks, makes it clear that they do not care or do what's best for their players. By the way, I saw a report that said Angel wants to stay. Angel wants to stay in Chicago and she wants to work things out, and so does the organization. She said nobody told her who's our manager. I don't know if it's on the manager though. I don't know if it's on the agent, because it's like, yeah, you're right though, because the agent should know the league rules. The agent should be like, regardless of them saying you don't have to show up because in your contract it says if you don't show up in the first 5 days of training camp, you ain't gonna get paid and you're gonna be suspended. She really got finesse. Goodness gracious, that's sad, bro. I ain't gonna lie. We headed back to the A, baby. Shout out to Kyle Odegaard. It's a quote from Dominique. He wants modern players to respect the previous generations. One thing that about me, I always give credit where it's due, but I wish these young guys would stop using it as a punching bag to prove their point. Dominique in particular, he was extremely mad at like JJ Redick for JJ Redick saying, "Are you serious? LeBron didn't have to play against John Havlicek. These guys didn't play nobody. They played plumbers. Like, I've watched all the games. I watched the 1950 finals. I don't like that's what he says, and he talks down on old players and stuff like that. So ever since then, Dominique has like publicly like hated JJ Redick for what he said. Even when he became a coach, he's like, I don't care much for him, this and that. So here he is in this interview with Esports Insider now. Shouts out to Dominique, man, friend of the channel, of course. And shouts out to Kyle Odegaard. Dominique Wilkins exclusive interview, NBA 2K and more. All right. Did you know that you could be used as a player in NBA 2K along current day stars? He said, I've never personally played, but my son plays. So I've asked him about that. He says, oh, yeah, man, you can go back and play against today's players. And they have these old school players. I said, wow. So how am I doing? He said, Dad, you're averaging like 40 a game. I said, okay, I'm still relevant. It's a lot of fun. My son is 18 now and is about to go to college at Georgia. I never really played those games with them, but he plays with his friends, and I enjoy watching them do their thing. That's a true dad. Have you heard about competitive esports events? I've just started paying attention to that this year. I'm blown away. That is something that those guys are really making a lot of money off of. A lot of money. That blew me away. The world is going to be virtual. Moving over to basketball, the Hawks have been hovering over 500 for the last few years. What's the key to them getting into title contention? First of all, you need the right mix of players, which we've been putting together for the last couple of years. Things are going really great, but when you're hampered by injuries like we were this year, losing Jalen Johnson to a shoulder injury, then we lost a couple other guys to injury, and we had the big trade with DeAndre Hunter. It kind of shows you a little bit, slows you down a little bit. I think we've got a great nucleus of guys who can get it done, but you always have to keep adding the right pieces, shoring up your bench, making sure you got the right chemistry. There are a lot of rumors that Atlanta could be a destination for Giannis. Would you see that happening? You've obviously had a lot to give up for Giannis, but pairing him up with Trey could lift the team. Man, that's a blockbuster deal right there. Who wouldn't want Giannis? I'd be lying if I said anything differently. Oh, man, it is a lot that you had to give up to get a guy like that. Is it worth the potential compensation? If you could land a guy like that, someone who still gives you a lot left in the tank, since Giannis is not an old man by any stretch of the imagination, there's not a team who wouldn't want him. Looking at Trey, can he be a number one option on a championship team if you put enough talent around him? He doesn't really have to be. He doesn't have to be if you have the right mix. As a great point guard, you're going to always have the ball and the ability to take over games when you need to. He's shown that time and time again. He has the ability to do that. You don't need that other superstar. They've got superstars in the making, but sometimes it takes a little time. But Trey has the ability to do whatever he wants on the floor. He didn't answer the question. Trey's assists have always gone up, and his points come down as the years have gone on. As you watch him, do you like his decision-making? Would you want him to score more? He doesn't have to score more, but his decision-making and his ability to get people open is next level. He's a wonderful basketball player. I'll tell you what. If I had him, I would have had multiple championships. As a point guard, Trey doesn't have to score 25 or 30 every night because your job is to get everyone involved. He's done that. He had an unbelievable year. It ain't about getting 30 a night. Any great point guard who can score on any given night but defer to the other guys will help you get to the next level. You see what's happening with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Even he gets 30 or 40 some nights. The other night, J-Dub has big nights, and the other guys have big nights. It really just depends on the opponent you play and the adjustments that you make in the games. So it seems you're pretty high on the supporting cast. No question. I love Jalen Johnson, what he brings to young fella, Ricochet. I tell people, be patient with this kid. He's going to be pretty good. This year alone, he had 2 or 3 30-point games. That kid can play. He's young. People have to let him grow. He's only 19 years old, but he's going to be special. I love this kid. Did you see the growth from him from the start of the year to the end of the year? Oh, yeah. Guys at that age, they have a lot to go through, a learning curve, but he learned very quickly in the beginning that he got pushed around a little bit, but he showed no fear. As the season went on, you can see him progressing more and more. The thing is, he had the chance to learn in the starting role. He got quicker than some rookies who came in this past year. He has the ability to play with a great point guard and a great supporting cast that can help him along. One more for you. What do you think of the GM change? It's the nature of the beast, my friend. It happens with every franchise. You have to do what's best for the organization, whatever that looks like. It happens every year, and we're no different. As we look at the playoffs, how do you see the finals shaping up? I gave New York a slight edge coming into the series. Oh, this is old. Oh, this is before Porzingis. Oh, this is outdated. Dang, why they quote this old story? What do you think of the Luka Doncic trade? Are you interested to hear his basketball analysis? Oh, Jordan, did you see Jordan is going to do some basketball analysis for NBC this fall? I was shocked, and I know this. If Jordan's doing this, it's going to be a huge payday. Huge. I've seen some rumors and pay, and I'm like, I get it. Are you interested to hear his basketball analysis? I love it because we're going to see another great aspect of basketball from the greatest to ever do it. How do you combat that? Like, how would you question his outlook on the game? It's going to be interesting. You're going to hear from a guy who's done it on a level that only a few have gotten the chance to achieve. When looking back, do you wish Superstar still did it? Of course, the dunk contest was a signature event. What it feels like to be a G League guy. Let me see. You can tell he's going to be an all-time great coach. How unique is Wemby? Paolo Banchero has Superstar. Your son Jacob is going next year. Because he kept saying this year. So they retired your jersey a long time ago. He said, yeah, many years, 21. He said the only time someone could wear 21 if it's my son. I remember he said that. Have you kept up with the program? I know they got a kid, Asa Newell, who's going to the NBA this year. See, yeah, this is old. This is a hawk. I've kept up with a lot of guys. Nobody knows where he's going to be drafted, but hopefully Asa can come in and develop his skills in the league and hopes that he's ready. A lot of times you go through the developmental stage, so hopefully he can go there and make an immediate impact. The irony. Where's this thing where you talked about the old guys? Where's the old guys at, man? Is this it? Where do you stand in Michael Jordan versus LeBron? I don't believe in the GOAT and all that stuff. How can you say you're the greatest of all time when you haven't played against some of the greatest of their era, like Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell? But I will say this. Michael Jordan has 6 finals and won 6 championships with the same team. Oh, and he won 3 championships after retiring to play another sport. Nothing like that has ever been done before. MJ did some things that no one else is ever going to do. So I'm going to go with the best player to ever play. That's where my mindset sits. I'm going with Michael. That's no disrespect to anybody, but I'm looking at what he accomplished in a short period of time. Excuse me. Yeah, we're both still friends with MJ. We both played high school basketball in North Carolina. We have an unbelievable respect for one another. I love MJ. Let me see. Generations. Is there a generation or something like that? Where is this? Where is this quote? Kevin Durant. Let me see. Does your background play into your thinking? One person game. Think about it. Ask LeBron, ask Michael, look at Carmelo and John Stockton. Did they not win and take away their greatness? No, it doesn't. Did Charles Barkley ever win one? Patrick Ewing? It doesn't take your greatness away. I never had another great player in my prime to play with. Did I win a championship? No. Does it diminish my greatness? No. I'm still a guy with a lot left on the table. I feel like at times I get looked over, but I never search to go to other teams, play for other great players. You said what happens, but it doesn't diminish my greatness as a player. Ooh. Loyal to the A, and that's why he's an A legend, man. ATL legend. Shout out to Dominique, bro. Where are we at? How long did it take to get 100% back? They're talking about the Achilles. Dang. When you look at Celtics and Jason Tatum going down. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Here we go. All right. Have any young stars stood out to you as the lights have gotten brighter? There are a lot of young guys that I admire and enjoy watching. You look at these seasoned young guys like Wemby, SGA, Jalen Brunson. These guys are superstars. I love watching up-and-coming stars. You got veterans like LeBron and KD. What they've done and they're still doing it. I admire all these guys. One thing about me, I always give credit where it's due, but I wish these young guys would stop using us as a punching bag to prove their point. Being a part of history is the most meaningful thing because we all grew up wanting to be like someone. So we have to have that respect. Do you mean the argument that current day players would be old school players? What gets to you in particular? Well, first of all, it's a ridiculous thought. They act like we played on peach baskets or something. I give credit to every era because it's that respect and love for the game that made us all who we are. When I hear, well, the league wasn't that skilled back then, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. If you haven't seen that era, played in that era, you cannot make that statement. It's so outlandish, so ridiculous. It makes me cringe sometimes. What were you watching to make those statements? It's a lot of youth. They don't really know. I respect every era. And I tell these guys, I love the way y'all play. I love that y'all play hard. It's about respect, to honor those before us. I get so rubbed the wrong way when there's disrespect. You don't have to do that. Hey, look, it's your time. We've had our time. Let's respect all what we have done. And there it is. My bad. I'm a paper, so on top of the regs. Ops paper person. Yeah. Facts. All right. Let me see. Toosii got an offer from Sacramento State to play football. I remember this a year ago. I would have thought this was fake, but I remember a year ago, Toosii was like, I want to play Division I football. It was always my dream. And then, I made it in music, so I couldn't do it. Now he showed clips of him working out and stuff, and he's actually received an offer, bro. Man, the Lord is so powerful. Blessed to receive an offer from Sacramento State. Thank you, and shout out to the head coach, Brendan Marion, and coach CJ Pollard. This don't even feel real, man. I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. Someone said, what is going on? Everybody laughing, but this man legit been putting in work. Y'all sleep. Yeah, it's on this page. Let me see if I can see it on this page, bro. Yeah, it's his pinned tweet. Yeah, from August 18th. I'm chasing history. First multi-platinum artist to go back to school and play Division I football next year. I'm going to be on someone's team. Mark my words. He tagged 24/7 sports, 24/7 recruiting, top preps, and D1 recruit. Oh, I'm a mute. This is Toosii working out. You see? Oh, wow. Dang. That's a nice catch. Okay. Could get clean on a you know what I'm saying? On the cuts, but hey. He planting, he working. Okay. Here, in and out. Okay. Give me that. Here, in and out. Okay. Okay. Give me that. Hey, two hand. Hey. Give me that. Yes, sir. This was August 18th. I remember he announced it way before that. He announced that way before. He I've been grinding every day for this. I won't stop until it's all mine. He said he's gonna be on someone's team next year. He said this last year. There it is. I knew I wasn't tripping. Getting 1% better every day. Nah, he really, he's been putting in the work, bro. Let me see if I can find the first one. He's talking about the Eagles, talking about this and that. His tour of Rod Wave, Colin Kaepernick. Name a celebrity that deserves an apology from the general public. Excuse me. Yeah, he's been doing this. So, I don't know, man. Best of luck to Toosii, though. Best of luck to Toosii. And shouts out to Sacramento State, I guess, taking that chance and giving him the first offer. We'll see if the offers flood in now. We'll see. DDG and Bruce's beef is over.
Bro. DDG, thank you for the 20 get the subs. Yo, thank you for the tier 1. Oliver, I appreciate you. No matter what.
Why you speed past my shit like that? Why you speed past it? Is it not this one? This is the one. This is the one he pinned. Nah, y'all. If y'all think I'm still holding a grudge about some shit from a year ago, bro, y'all gotta understand, and I'm sure he could say the same thing. Bro, niggas got real lives, real motion going on. It ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. And one thing I will say about him, though, that I respect, when me and him was doing our little going back and forth online, he ain't never brought up no family. He ain't never brought up the girl I was with at the time. He ain't never brought up, you know what I'm saying? He ain't never brought up nothing that was over the line. And I ain't either. You feel me? So it's never been that deep whatsoever. The nigga was roasting me about fucking sub counts. Who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, everybody get money. It's a little different. Oh, he did? What'd he say? What'd he say? Memory.
He said, oh, he did. That's funny.
This fucking desk, bro.
That's funny. All right, next. While he's let go of the Bruce thing, he's ready to press
XQC. Beat the shit out of whoever XQC picked I'm talking about beat the fuck out of this nigga. I'm gonna be in your corner the whole time talking
Yo.
shit to that nigga till he feel that shit, nigga. I'm gonna be in that. I'm gonna be there talking the most.
Yo, this man is a walking contradiction, bro.
Shit. I'm pulling up with my brother. We you know how we get at these boxing brand risk shit. We turning up. We making niggas scared before they even get in the fucking ring.
Yo, this man is hilarious, bro. The yin and the yang of people, right? Devion Dunn. Rest in peace to Devion Dunn. Wake County PE teacher, former St. Augustine University basketball player, has passed away. Great sadness. I believe he was like 23. Here we go from WTVD. The recent passing of former St. Augustine University basketball player and current Wake County PE teacher underscores the importance of a message on World Unalive and Prevention Day. Devion Dunn, a 6'2" guard who played for the Falcons from 2021 to 2022, reportedly passed away by unaliving himself on Monday. A graduate of Garner High School, Dunn, 23, was working on physical education teacher at Ligden Middle School in Raleigh. On Tuesday, Ligden Middle School principal Darren J. Williams sent a message to the parents and students saying in part, quote unquote, "It's with great sadness that I write this message to let you know that one of our physical education teachers, Mr. Devion Dunn, passed away yesterday, September 8th. Our condolences, thoughts, and prayers go out to Mr. Dunn's family and friends." The school said that it was making grief counselors available to those in need. Hold on. Let me see. He was 23, right? World Prevention Day was held on September 10th, and it aims to call attention to the importance of mental health and reducing stigmas. Dr. Ashley Gilmore, a Durham-based Gilmore Counseling Services, noted that Black men pass away from that situation, self-harming situations, at a rate 4 times higher than Black women. I think that mental health can be deemed as problematic, especially for men in general, but more specifically Black men, Gilmore said. Black men are taught that they are not able to share their emotions or to cry. They're considered strong, and I think because they are Black men, they can be isolated. According to obituary, arrangements for Dunn are not yet complete. If you or someone you know is experiencing thoughts of self-harm, trained mental health professionals can be reached anytime at texting or calling 988. ABC 11's DeJuan Hoggart contributed. Yeah, rest in peace to this young man. He's 23 years old. We speak a lot about men in these situations all the time on this channel. I found his YouTube page. It had 100 subs, and he would just upload shorts of him cutting people's hair. And I'm saying, just trying to, find a way. Because obviously he was already teaching. He was a former basketball player, former college basketball player, then became a PE teacher, was cutting hair on the side and making, content with that and things of that sort. So it was like, he was a young man trying to find his way. 23 years old is something that we all can relate to as humans, trying to discover ourselves, what we want to do, what our purpose is, where our passion is, what we're good at. We want to feel accepted and we want to feel needed on this earth. And that's apparent and kind of shown firsthand right here through this young man's YouTube channel. And so, I just pray for his family, his mother, his mother, his siblings, if he has any siblings, his friends, his family, everybody for sure. Because this is something that is extremely sad. It's something that occurs too often. And, it's something that we are going to continue bringing up and continue focusing on and highlighting every single time it comes across me, because we need daily reminders to take care of our mental, daily reminders to understand that this is not a battle or a fight or an experience that we need to go through alone, and to know that we're not alone. And we always have people in our corner. We always have, like the word says, they daily and take up the cross. Like every single day, you need to know, I need help. I need someone to lean on each and every single day. So because of that, every time I see one of these stories and I come across one of these stories, I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to honor these people. Rest in peace to this young man once again, and Mr. Devion, and all his friends and family. And yes, if you are feeling this way, if you feel like you have nobody, if you feel like you hold no importance or value on this earth. Just understand, as long as you're breathing, you always have value. You always have something to bring to the earth. This man was giving out haircuts. This man was teaching kids in PE. The PE teacher, especially for a former college basketball player, was probably one of the coolest teachers and one of the kids' favorite teachers. He was young. You know what I'm saying? He was 23. I know he was a fun dude, especially playing college basketball. He probably, you know, play dunk on the kids, everything like that, play around with them, make all the shots. Say like, oh, coach, you so good. Coach, you so good. Yeah. You know, back in my day, they probably look forward to going to his class, look forward to going to the gym and watching him. And, you know, and he listened to Boss Man D-Lo and knew the songs too. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to this man. And prayers up to the kids, bro, for sure. But yes, understand mental health is more than just mental health. Hashtag, the trigger phrase. It's something real, bro. And y'all got to make sure y'all people are good. All right, next, man. FaZe. Oh, this 9 minutes? Oh, no. 9 minutes is crazy. I'm thinking this is going to be a clip. I'm trying to react to the clips. If I want to react to the whole thing, I would have reacted to the whole thing. But anyways, this started off like this. Banks. So a dude that left FaZe, he came on and he said, yeah, I left FaZe because there's a lot of nasty stuff going over there. One of the dudes, you know, I found out was allegedly messing around with minors. And that's one of the reasons why I left. So then he said he's going to be saying names later on the later stream. So, of course, the clip pages picked it up and it really got up the attention to the stream. Banks apparently goes on before the video comes out and he says, hey, y'all, it wasn't me. It was actually Temper. So that's what he said. But it's a 10-minute video. I thought this thing was going to be a clip.
Rain is not talking about me. There, I got it out. Video over. Peace out.
He said he's not talking about me.
No, this is definitely not funny. This is definitely not going to be like a super lighthearted video. And yeah, I'm sitting in a hotel room right now in New York City. I left FaZe a month ago and quit the internet a month ago. And for whatever reason, I keep getting dragged back into this shit. It's like it's my fucking destiny or where I'm supposed to be, I guess. I don't know. It's fucking retarded.
Oh, wow.
But yeah,
he definitely been off the internet. He's saying that on the internet.
I'm getting fucking spammed in my mentions right now on Twitter, asking if I'm a pedophile, being accused that I'm a pedophile, being tagged in this clip from FaZe Rain on Fearbuck, talking about there's a pedophile at FaZe, and I talked about it, and these are all the reasons why I don't like FaZe and why I got fucked over by FaZe and how I feel, whatever, and I'm going to get into all that, but and Apex Tommy Rain and myself, obviously, tell me, I would have spoken about this to some degree or handled it to some degree to a point where I was satisfied with the.
All right. I ain't watching the full 10 minutes, bro, because there's more to it. There's more to it.
In my eyes and says, bro, I'm not going to lie. I had a threesome with 2 16-year-olds. I'm like, bro,
Crazy.
what? Like, how could you tell me that after I'm telling you the 3 rules I have to why I'll never have your back as a friend on my mother's heartbeat? That's what he said. He looked me in the eyes and he said that. I told Banks and I told Apex immediately. I even told Lee Trink. I have text with fucking Lee Trink from them. It was right before everything fucking blew up with the SPAC and FaZe went public and whatnot. And he dropped me off home and we haven't talked since. That's why you guys were like, bro, why don't you play CS with him? Why don't you play this with him? I don't want to say it, bro. I feel fucking bad. I feel bad. I know it's wrong. I know what he did is wrong, but I just hope people can understand like what it's like to have somebody you've known for half your life that you love, that you hope that your kids would have been friends and shit like that. Like, I don't know. It made me sad, bro. It broke my fucking heart. I didn't even want to bring this up, Banks. I did it. I didn't even want to bring your name up in this, bro. But you made that video. I don't know if we're about to watch it a little bit, but it's just, you lied in that video. You're making shit up. Bro, even that tweet that you posted under, I screenshotted in case you delete it because I just don't trust you, bro. And I don't trust what you said there. You said some bullshit at the end of that tweet. What'd you say? You said, I'll pull it up here. Like you said, call concluded and Tommy didn't admit to it. Yes, he did. And you called me and you said, bro, this is so fucking bad. This is so fucking bad. He said he's going to kill himself if this shit ever comes out. And that's why I feel extra fucking bad, bro. That's why I feel extra fucking bad. You told me he would kill himself if it came out. And you guilted me into not doing it.
That white boy drama different.
You guilted me into not saying it because you're like, if he kills himself, that's going to be on you. And you made me feel horrible for that. So I don't know what the fuck to do, bro. And I had an epiphany yesterday. I'm like, bro, why have I been holding this information for this guy for 2 years? But I know he doesn't give a fuck about me. He doesn't give a fuck about anything that happened. It's just I felt bad. Why do I always feel so bad for people, bro? And I don't ever want to make it about myself at all because it's not. It has nothing to do with that. But bro, what are you doing dropping a 10-minute video acting like I'm talking about you? Yeah, bro, people are tweeting at you. I don't know why they're tweeting at you. And then you're sending me fucking tweets of Kick Champ saying it's Banks. Like, what the fuck do I have to do with that? You could have waited.
Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So that was his response. Then Banks said FaZe is coming to an end, which is crazy because it's like you don't even have the, you know what I'm saying? You're not in FaZe to end it. Like you left.
Don't know what to do or what to say at this point, but all I can say is, I mean, if it hasn't been said enough already on this call, stay away from underage girls, boys and girls. We have a lot of young men watching the stream right now. It's clearly and obviously not worth it. We're talking about a fucking company and a brotherhood.
He said it's clearly not worth it. Not that it's not right, that it's not moral or just, or that it creates lifelong trauma for the victims, but because it put the company at stake.
That was built over the course of how long, Rain? Fucking 15 years, more or less, right? And it's fucking clearly coming to an end, you know? And it's I don't know.
So he says it's coming to an end in his opinion. Temper has responded.
The fact that I'm even having to respond to this and to that my name is in the same breath as the word pedophile is so sick, twisted, and insane. This is disgusting. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not that type of person. I'm the furthest thing.
Y'all remember Jose Canseco when he went on Congress Hill and he said, was that Roger Clemens? He said, I never done steroids, period. And he did steroids.
From what you called me. And I will never be that person. It's so mind-blowing that someone that I really built a brotherhood with, someone that I really considered a brother, that I invited to my baby shower, that I always looked after and took care. And then when you were going through your darkest days, I was there for you and I was making sure that you were good. When you were in a wheelchair for 2 years and like I was so gutted at the fact that like you couldn't walk again. And then all of a sudden you were able to walk again. And I was the happiest person in the room. There wasn't a single soul that was happier for you than me. Brother, I have known you since you were 14 years old, talking to me about when you were suicidal in these Skype chats, and I was there for you then. And I've been there for you this whole time. You talked about how I rated you the other day, even though when you first brought this up a year ago, and I believe that you brought it up just for money purposes, that you wanted money out of FaZe. Like you stated that a year ago in the conversation with me, Banks and Apex. You stated if you don't get paid that, you're going to air this out. That is blackmail. This is not like, you know who I am. You know the type of person I am. I am not what you called me. I'm fucking gutted, bro. And I'm pissed that you even put my name in that light, because now all I care about is my family, bro. Like my biggest concern is my family, my wife and my kid. Now my kid has to grow up and see this, then see that his father is in the same, that my name is in the same light as what you just called me. It's fucking sick. When I bring my son to school, right, and the other parents get to figure out who his dad is, and now they're associating me with that word. You don't even understand the levels of damage that you just inflicted into my life, into my family's life, into everything that I built. I have put my heart and my soul into FaZe Clan in ways that you and Banks and Apex know more than anybody. I brought you guys on because you guys deserved it, and I felt like you deserved it, and I broke bread with you completely. Split the company with you. And made sure that you were good. And even at times where like you were trashing the company, I still stood out for you.
All right, so this is just a bunch of yap saying like, yo, I did this for you, I did this for you, I didn't do it. How could y'all tie this to me? Apparently this happened two hours ago.
New York, and I go to this club that's 21 plus, and I link up with a buddy there, and he invites a couple girls, and I end up going back with these girls. We're all shit-faced, and I end up going back with these girls to my hotel room. I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl was 17. And that's the age of consent in New York. But regardless, I was sick to my stomach. It was just extremely uncomfortable knowing that and thinking about the situation. And that was it. And so shortly after that, or however long after that, Emma and I got back together, and I was fully working on myself and becoming a better man and doing what I have to do to heal myself and heal like all the trauma that I had, and just work on myself on being a better man. And not too long after that, I proposed, and a few months later we found out she's pregnant, and now I realize I have a child on the way, so I have to put my self-growth in overdrive, because my child does not deserve to live a life where he picks up the bad habits that I had.
The bad habits of sleeping with underage girls
growing up. And so the last few years of my life have been on super fixated on just becoming a better man, husband, and father. That's been my number one focus, and it's something that I needed for myself. And I wish that I started earlier. I wish that I didn't put the love of my life through all the things that I put her through, and that was it. And so this allegation of me being called a pedophile is fucking insane.
You just said that you just said, imagine me, man. You just said, yes, she was 17 and I slept with her. Oh, but I'm not a pedophile. That's ridiculous. That is the definition of a PDF file.
Anybody that knows me knows I am not a pedophile or even anything close to that.
What? That effing boo.
Including Norton himself. So this is something that is going to follow me around forever. And it's just sick because people on the internet will take things and twist it into something that it isn't, and just
how is it something that it isn't, brother? You just admitted to it. She was under 18. That is a minor. A minor. You heard the song. You danced to it the last year.
Now I just have to deal with the repercussions, and so that's the unfortunate part about this reality. But that's it. I mean, there was nothing else to it than that. And yeah.
Made a video confirming it, but the details did get switched a little bit, because originally it was two 16-year-olds and it was a 17-year-old and one was watching, and now a 17-year-old and he didn't know her age. If you didn't know her age and you said that to us at least once, we wouldn't be here, bro. I would not have treated it the same way if you said you didn't know, because that changes everything. You never said that, not once. Literally not fucking once. This is news to me that you didn't know.
Dang.
Okay? And I'm not trying to make it about myself in any way, shape, or form. By the fucking way. I don't want anything out of this. I fucking love my life. It has bothered me for so long because that shit fucked me up. I left the team over because I said I'm not going to be the same team with someone who did shit like that. Because I have 3 rules. If I'm your friend, bro, I got your back no matter fucking what, bro. Except if you do 3 things. It's very simple. No grape. No pedo shit. No animal abuse. And I got your back for fucking life, bro. I got your fucking back for life. Just don't do none of that weird shit. And I got you, bro. I'll always be there for you, no matter
about using the N-word.
Or what, thick and thin, bro. But he didn't. And as soon as I tell him that, he proceeds to tell me one of the forbidden rules that he broke. The fuck? Why would you even tell me that? So again, it fucked me up for a while. So I tried to get him to step down. I said I will not be on the same team as somebody who does shit like that. And then shit did not sit right with me. So then a little bit less than a year later, I brought it up again. And then I get put in an ultimatum that he's going to off himself if I say anything. So I'm like, what the fuck? And then another year goes by, and I'm still feeling like shit every single day about it. It's like, bro, I can't fucking take this shit no more. It's not fair to me. It's not fair for me to feel this way. It's definitely not fucking fair to the victims. So again, I'm not trying to make it about me, even though I know me saying it's not fair to me makes it sound like it's about me. But I don't mean it like that. I just mean like I don't like living with that information. You know what I'm saying? But again, if you want to
Black Boy Max, no.
be malicious about it, you want to assume I have bad intent, ill intent, go fucking ahead. I can give a fuck less. This is the internet. Half of you guys fucking have 15 IQ. I could give a fuck less. Like, people still run on that fucking drugs, and I was a fucking pussy trying to kill myself, acting like I enjoy recreational drug use. You're an idiot. I don't even fucking like weed. I just like caffeine and nicotine. I don't like anything else, bro. Everything else is too fucking much for me. I don't even fucking drink alcohol. You guys are all always going for that shit because you have nothing on you, bro. In the last month, I've missed one day in the last like 800 days at the gym. I work out every single day. I take care of my dogs every single day. I fucking stream every single day. I work on shit every single day. Trust me, bro. I love who the fuck I am. I love everything I've overcome. I don't need no damn drugs, bro. So the fact that you guys still kind of try to push that fucking weak ass agenda shows y'all ain't got shit on me, bro. My mom, my stepdad, my sister is more proud of me now than they've ever been in their entire fucking lives. And guess what? They still fucking retired, bitch. So get the fucking work, do the same, or shut the fuck up.
5-star, 5-star, 5-star. What did Playboy Max know that we didn't know? What did Playboy Max know that we didn't know, man? New York Fashion Week. Active Black. Here's Cecil Williams walking down to, so I'm outside of the club and you think I'm a pawn. The shout out Bone Crusher, friend of the channel. Down to the friend and pop the trunk. What'd you say? Hey, I told that. What? I ain't never scared. 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 What? I ain't. Shout out Cecil Williams, iconic Cecil Williams right here. One of the best pictures ever in terms of black people and blackness and things of that sort. Other people on the show included Ruby Bridges, the man who created the flag for Juneteenth. His name is Ben Hythe. Yes, sir. You got, of course, Bernice King, friend of the channel. And then you got Ilyasha Shabazz. I'm sorry to the pronunciation of the first name, but Shabazz, Miss Shabazz, the daughter of Malcolm X. Shouts out to everybody, man. Great. He said, who is Ruby Bridges? Bro, what the heck? I remember the lady on Congress, she didn't know who Ruby Bridges was. It's a lot of things. Like, I feel like growing up in the South and as a black person, you would think it's just common knowledge. And it's not common knowledge. It's so crazy to me. Shout out Phil Lewis for posting this, by the way. He put this in his What I'm Reading newsletter. Make sure you subscribe to it. Put your name on the email, all of the good things. Civil rights photographer Cecil Williams steals the show at New York Fashion Week. And there it is. Known for his iconic photo drinking from a white-only fountain in 1956, Cecil Williams starred in the Actively Black and Spills New York Fashion Week show. In February, Actively Black founder Lenny Smith launched a limited edition collaboration with legendary civil rights photographer Cecil Williams. The athleisure brand owner was enamored with what has become Williams' most famous photo, a 1956 photo of himself drinking from a whites-only water fountain while looking directly into the camera. Smith connected with Williams to create an apparel showcasing the defiant photo. Not long after, a torrent of people online claimed the image taken by Williams' friend Wendell Harper as they were coming back from a story for Jet magazine was fake, created by AI. Smith decided to squash those claims for good on Friday by bringing the South Carolina native. Oh, that's fire! They said it was AI and he brought him out. Salute, man. Earlier this year, I posted on the Actively Black Club with Cecil Williams, and you wouldn't believe the amount of racists and black people that claimed there was AI to discredit it. Smith wrote in a social media post, well, I decided to be Mr. Cecil himself to the New York Fashion Week to walk in our show and let folks know that he is real and he ain't never scared. Before I hit the runway, attendees watched a video from Smith's interview with Williams where he discussed the photo and what prompted him to drink from the segregated fountain in that moment. "Quote unquote, this was not like the only time I went around the barriers," Williams, 87, explained in the video. "There were times where I intentionally felt bold enough and I was sick and tired of living in a segregated society." Williams then came out to Bone Crusher's 2003 hit, Never Scared, a fitting song for the civil rights icons walk down the runway. The event, which was live streamed exclusively on the Black-owned social media platform Spill, featured a host of notable figures, including pioneering engineering rights activist Ruby Bridges, Ben Hythe, the designer of the Juneteenth flag, Bernice King, the daughter of Martin Luther King Jr., and Ilyasha Shabazz, the daughter of Malcolm X, marketing executive Bozoma St. John, Olympians John Carlos and Tommy Smith, the guys who did this on the stand at the Olympics, and more. Actively Black, quote unquote, has redefined sportswear, and Spill is redefining social media. So coming together for this cultural moment is inevitable. We've been longtime friends of the brand, and so the conversations on Spill about their groundbreaking products and shows have been overwhelmingly positive, said Alfonso Terrell, CEO and co-founder of Spill. "Quote unquote, to now bring that energy to the global scene in real time is an honor and a powerful example of what it looks like when Black-owned platforms lead the culture on both the runway and online." Kenya Perm, I know people with this last name, Perm, Chief Growth Social Officer at Spill, thanks Smith and Actively Black co-founder Bianca Winslow for their vision and bringing the show to life. The kind of inertia they curated on that New York Fashion Week stage is what rumbles the ancestors. A perfectly timed supercharge should remind us of the playbook by witnessing and such a shared experiences. We are too, history in the living, and everything we need to get through is quite literally in our DNA. I got royalty. You got watch the full event below. Thanks for reading. This post is public, so feel free to share it. Shout out to Phil Lewis. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the What I'm Reading newsletter. I'm subscribed. I'm just not signed in. That's why I said subscribe right there and sign in. All right, next, man. We going to the Mafia down to close out, bro.
If this is the wheel that you get praised over, because Marlon Wayne was wrong.
Marlon Wayne was wrong, brother. And I got to say this because there are people who don't understand words versus spells. He said, I have to speak that over you, a new one, because the Lord knows you are not talking ready. It's in the will of God to be doing in front of everybody. The will of nothing can take it from, nothing can take away from it. This was definitely needed. Because when Marlon Wayans made that joke, I was like, dang, that's messed up, bro. Like, that's messed up. And she knew, and he did. Days later, he got a call. What in the world? W. Pressure Creech. He's a comedian. It was a joke, not to be taken literally, but words have power, though. Words have power. You know what I'm saying? He's a fake preacher looking for attention. It's a joke. It's like saying someone ain't gonna be here long for a joke. Words are weight. Facts. That ain't a joke. All right. Next scene.
Okay, I said that's why, because you're around older people. Are you coming out, brother? Because maybe we own you and we should be giving you a hug. You see what I'm saying? What? Okay. Why you keep kissing and what's up with all this? Oh no, God, watch the word. God always has a plan. You. Chat, can I get an agree? Y'all three are more important than him, and these two. You don't know that? You don't know that, nigga on me? Can I tell you why you more important, Rick? I need you to ask me why. What? You got the kids. You got the youth. I know it's hard to grasp right now, but you got the children, the youth. You got the black kids. The first thing they want to do is kill the black image, sir. Wig, dress, gay, ritual, humiliation. I know it's heavy, Rakat, but you did something. You asked and said, Castanet, can I be there? Did one cat already famous? Did you ask that? So you asked for a spotlight. You asked for this. I asked, can I be a big brother? Right? You hear me?
Dang, bruh. That was my first time watching the full clip. Dang. It's uncomfortable truths, bro.
About what he said, or were you a little confused? Was it off guard? What he said? He said, am I coming out? Yeah. Do you understand what he meant? It was just like he was just saying that you have a lot of influence. You feel me?
Kai's so unserious with these extensions, bro.
Like you got a lot of influence. So when you play around with a lot of the things that you may say that you truly are not, you can influence a lot of people to do different things. You have influence on me as well. So it's more like if you swing that way, that you swing that way. Bro, I'm not. Dude. I know you're not. I know you're joking. I know that's what you're doing, but he's saying it from a perspective of an adult. That's on the outside looking in. Like we know it's funny all the times, but what he's really trying to say is that.
Also, so it's like me ready to what we're doing. Like
that's
so he's saying that. So what do you mean?
Like he's basically saying you have a lot of influence. Like you have the power to do something like you could grab somebody's ass and somebody watching would think it's like cool as fuck. He basically saying stop acting.
Also, stop doing like you saying stop doing the gay stuff, or just I don't know. He's just saying like if that's what you live, that's what you live. It's like don't act like you have so much influence because you're the next generation. You feel me? It's more like be careful on what you put out. You can still, bro, be you. No. I think you should be you. But I think he's just saying just be careful on what you putting out. Okay. Just because it can influence people to do certain things, you know. Like you have heavy influence. Look at the way you talk. Everybody, believe it or not, is a lot of people that talk just like you. A lot of people that talk just like you. A lot of people that joke just like you, gang. You feel me? But what I like too though is that you are also yourself. Like you are also yourself. This is how you've always been. But just know there's somebody out there that gets influenced by the things that you do. That's it. That goes for me. That goes for everybody. You feel me? That goes for a lot of people. So no, I know. I just be playing. Huh? I just be playing. I know. I go for Ray too. I go for Ray. I go for Tota. I go for like a lot of people. You feel me? So I don't want him to. I don't want you to feel a certain type of way to him, but he's really telling you real stuff because your influence is big, bro. You influence everybody in this house.
Nah, you do. Oh God, you influence me. Oh God, you influence me more.
You influence me.
Brother. I can't even lie to you, gang.
Yeah,
like, you really special, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like you really have a real talent, bro, and you do got a lot of influence, right? Right? You know it or not. My bad for calling you up, but I really felt that.
No cap.
You do, bro.
Dang. All right. Oh, so then he landed on the thing to call Ray J over for a sleepover.
Talk to me, my brother.
Ray J?
Hey, brother.
I'm on stream right now.
Talk to me, God.
They told me to call you. Do you want to know why?
I want to know why, man. I'm really excited, even if it's bad.
So, as you know, I'm doing a subathon right now, right?
Yeah.
And I have this wheel that I put on the wheel, and every 50,000 subs, I spin it. Okay. And on the wheel, they put Ray J sleepover.
Yo, word?
And I spin the wheel, and it stopped on Ray J sleepover.
Motherfucking way. I told y'all niggas I'm the chosen one. they spent the wheel and they kicked me. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. So now. Okay.
When are you able to sleep over?
Bro.
Tonight.
I'm in late.
Tonight. Yo,
I'm on a jet and come right back tonight, right?
Yo, come fuck with us, It's Talil. Join the party.
Yo, nigga, I've been trying to hang out with y'all niggas.
Okay.
And y'all can sleep in the same bed.
No. He gonna have his own bed. You gonna have your own bed.
Yeah, like it was before, but we all together.
Yeah, like the same thing, like you know.
Yeah. So it's tonight.
Where are you at right now? You in LA?
I'm in Lake Tahoe, but I'm like an hour and a half away. I can hop on a jet.
If you're able to make it, you can come tonight.
Okay, so tonight is the night.
Yes, we go to like you could be here by 11:30 or 11.
11:30. All right.
Yeah.
You had one wish and that bitch came true. Oh, that you fucking Ray J.
You gotta get out of here.
All right.
This man Talil is crazy, bro. No sleep at the Mafia Don. No sleep at the Mafia Don. Hey yo. These dudes ain't getting no sleep for a month. Shout out Arky, man, for sure.
Yeah, you do gotta start. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't like Dez is
You
dicked
gotta start
out.
walking on your own legs.
Yeah,
bro.
return is realizing Dez is dicked out. He's dicked out.
on your face with my legs. Watch your fucking mouth, nigga.
Cat.
Somebody dicked about enough on my
Cat,
dead
you
knees.
dick ride. You dick ride and you heavyweight.
Oh, you heard what he said?
Dick ride.
Dick ride ain't heavyweight.
He heavyweight. He heavyweight dick ride. That shit.
That's all y'all niggas do. Y'all niggas don't want to see me, man.
Listen, he just said.
Ooh, Mafia, bro. Shut up. Focus, man.
You are a bully. Get off my dick.
Who Mafia?
He said you're a
Retard
heavy
Mafia.
Fucking
And Detective Chinese Mafia.
I hate that shit.
Who
the
detective?
In the next 10 seconds.
Salud Mafia.
Who? Who?
Salud Mafia.
How many of us in Tyler? Raise your hand. That's where you going.
No, but what happened? Yo, how you keep raising
What
your
happened?
hand, bro? Like, cause you, bro.
Reggie said he's heavy, said dick ride. Nigga said you're dicked out.
Reggie.
Why you always going at me? Reggie said it. Reggie, your age.
Only you can make
Yo,
that
Reggie,
this
why you
man.
on me?
Oh my god.
That's how I was strong on his face. The fuck?
Again? How old you? How old you, bro? You know baby, bitch.
All right. Next dude. Someone gave their opinion on Mafia Down 3, and then we out of here. I got work.
Kai's not hate here. I've been a sub since last Mafiathon, but I feel that this Mafiathon's a little different. I mean this in a caring way, you know, as like a protective auntie, maybe. I don't know. I just feel so bad because I know that Kai puts in so much work into these Mafiathons. It feels that celebrities are coming on and just kind of taking advantage of the moment, you know, promoting the product and whatnot. I just feel really bad for Kai because I know he puts in a lot of work for these, but the Mafiathon is his like baby. At least one thing about Mafiathon 2 is I mean the reason why I tuned in and I discovered Kai's streams from that was because that felt like a big sleepover with him and all of AMP, right? You'd always see Duke getting full, Phantom doing his Phantom text every time. I like putting his streams in the background as I work. And those streams kind of reminded me of just the times when I would have sleepovers with my friends. Just do stupid shit back when I was his age, right? So I just feel like those are just some fun times. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm hoping that Kai's still having fun doing his Mafiathon. Those AMP videos are really funny. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's a good idea where everyone in Mafiathon goes to a haunted house or does a military training. It just reminded me of the time Duke said something about mayonnaise sandwiches. Do you eat mayonnaise sandwiches?
I mean, I think he is starting to lose a little the kind of passion for it. That's why he said this is the last one. I can't wait till Mafiathon is over so we don't have to hear these think pieces anymore. Too much overanalyzing, comparing, not enough actual enjoying the moment. I knew this was going to happen because of Mafiathon 2 became way too mainstream. This is the exact same thing that's going to happen with Streamer University. It's usually for the Clovers, for its Mafiathons, then AMP members making special appearances throughout the month. The celebrity engagement is off this time. It could be due to their star status. Unfortunately, something has to be sacrificed. Either way, I'm proud of Kai. Last year, AMP visited Kai when he did Mafiathon 2, but they weren't really there. They let Kai do his own thing. Those AMP vids happened at Kai's house. The worst thing to the internet was give everybody a voice. She said a bunch of nothing. Kevin Hart promoted his liquor brand and clothing brand very first stream. Kai's first major celebrity was Nicki Minaj. She went on stream to promote her new album. This is nothing new. You're bugging. Nah, this is Mafiathon, the weaker out of the three. The guest engagement was off. I ain't gonna lie. I see that argument. I think it's like the noodle game. They don't be doing the noodle game anymore. Like when they did the noodle, like the best part of the Kevin Hart Drewski joint was when they did the noodle game. And Kevin was just laughing at how hard they was hitting people on the head. Kevin sat down to get his head hit. Drewski sat down to get his head hit. Like, I think a large part of it was the noodle game, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Same stuff every Mafiathon. They did the same thing on the last one. Dudes want to claim it's the best one. AMP did not do a sleepover in Mafiathon 2. I hate terrible takes. You're an idiot for this. Oh, this was her? For watching and deciding to post this. Yeah, celebrities he invited last time actually got involved. I think it's really the noodle game for real. That's the biggest difference. That's what I think. But yeah. All right, though. everybody have a good day. All of those good things. My name is Rashad Milligan. This is the road to 10K subs if you're new to the channel. Thank you, Flip. Thank you, Big Nate, for checking in on the chat. And I will see you guys potentially tonight. I know I got to record 1 a.m. tonight after small group, so it'll be a long night. But I might do it tonight. If I do tonight, I'll see you tonight. If not, I'll see you again first thing in the morning, which will be about 7 a.m. Eastern time, 6 a.m. Central. And yeah, you all please take care of yourselves. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Have a good day. If nobody else told you today, I care for you. Please take care of yourselves. Peace.
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
Trump lit.
What's up, Rashad?
Yeah.
What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.